Okay, let's dive into one of the most powerful things you can do with AI right now, and that's building your very own agent in Claude. Seriously, forget everything you think you know about basic chatbots. We are talking about creating a true collaborator, one that doesn't just talk, but thinks, acts, and gets things done for you. So I've got to ask you a question right off the bat. Is the AI you're using just a chatbot? A simple tool for Q&A? Because if it is, I'm telling you, you're only just scratching the surface of what is truly possible today.
And here it is. This is the fundamental difference. A chatbot just responds. You ask a question, it gives an answer, and a story. But an AI agent, that's a whole different ballgame. It reasons through what you're asking, it creates a multi-step plan, and then it actually goes and acts on that plan to get the job done.
So let's really get into it. Let's define what we're talking about here. This isn't just a small step up. It's a huge leap from getting simple answers to having a partner that can take autonomous action.
So let's put a really crisp definition on it. An AI agent is a system that can reason, plan, and take action, often across many steps, to achieve a goal you give it. The bottom line is, it doesn't just answer you, it acts for you. It has real agency.
Here's an analogy that I think just nails it. A chatbot? It's like a calculator. It's a fantastic tool. You give it a specific problem, it gives you a specific answer. But an AI agent? That's more like a junior employee. You give it a high-level goal, and it's on them to figure out all the little steps to make it happen. See the difference?
And what it can do?
Well, the list is huge. It can browse the live web to get the absolute latest information. It can read through your documents. It can even write and run its own code to solve complex problems. And the real game changer? It can connect to all the external tools you already use, manage your tasks, and even send communications for you, all by itself.
Okay, so if this thing is so powerful, the obvious question is, why Claude? With all that capability, what makes this the right platform to build your agent on?
Well, it really boils down to three big things. First, Claude was built from the ground up for safety and reliability. That's crucial when you're giving something autonomy. Second, it has this incredible ability to, pause and think. It can literally reevaluate its plan before it takes an action to make sure it's on the right track. And third, it's designed to connect to pretty much any tool out there. So you're getting something that's not just smart, but also safe and unbelievably versatile.
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do I actually build one? Well, it's not as complex as you might think. It really comes down to 4 core components. These are the 4 building blocks for any agent you're going to create.
Let's look at the basic anatomy here. It all kicks off with the system prompt. This is its core mission, its instruction manual. From there, you give it tools so it can interact with the world. Then you give it memory so it can learn and recall important info. And finally, you create a feedback loop, which is how it learns from its mistakes and gets better over time.
Let me put that another way, because this makes it really simple. The system prompt, that's the brain. It defines its personality and its purpose. The tools, those are its hands, letting it actually do things. Memory is its knowledge base, and that feedback loop, that's its ability to self-correct. So you've got a brain, hands, knowledge, and the ability to improve.
All right, that's enough of the theory. Let's get to the fun part, the really exciting stuff. What does this actually look like in practice? What can these agents do in the real world?
Okay, picture this. Imagine you're a project manager. While you're asleep, your agent is already working. It's reading your incoming emails, it's pulling out the key action items, it's updating your project board in a tool like Asana or Trello, and then it drafts a perfect 2-paragraph briefing for your day. All of that is done and waiting for you before you've even had your first cup of coffee.
Or, hey, how about research? Instead of spending hours or even days digging through articles and papers, you just give your agent a topic. It then goes out, scours the web, analyzes dozens of different sources, pulls out the most important insights, and gives you a beautifully structured summary. A whole day's work, done in minutes.
And I want to be super clear about this. This isn't some science fiction pie-in-the-sky dream. This is what well-built Claude agents are already doing for people, right now, today.
So, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm sold. How do I get started? Perfect. This last part is all about your personal path to creating your own AI collaborator.
And the great news is there are 2 really clear paths forward. If you're not a coder, no problem. You can use the Projects feature right on the Claude website to build amazing agents visually with absolutely no code required. But if you are a developer, the Anthropic API is your key to the kingdom. It gives you direct access to the model's brain, opening up just a universe of possibilities. And this might be the single most important thing to take away from all this. The number one skill for building a great agent, it isn't coding. It's clear thinking. If you can clearly define a goal and logically break down the steps to get there, you can build something incredibly powerful.
And that brings us to a really crucial final thought. Look, the question is no longer if AI agents will transform how we work. That's a done deal. It's happening right now. The real question is, will you be the one to build yours before your competition builds theirs?
So now you've seen what's possible. You know the building blocks. You have the tools. The only question left is, what will you build?